and I am here on live to show you guys how to make a little patriotic flag quilt block. It's getting to be some of those times when we celebrate different things. I wish I had our flags for all of the countries that you guys are from. So I wish I could go ahead and show you guys all of that stuff and have a pattern for like Canada and have a pattern for all the different places. But I made this using all of my scraps, and I am certain that you guys can use your scraps too. So let's go ahead and figure out, I'll go ahead and get into the details of how to make this quilt block. It is really, really pretty simple. So a very, very simple quilt block to do. I don't have a place. So let me go ahead and let's go over that. I have actually cut out some different fabrics of scraps that I have. Hi, Lynette. How are you? Hi, Liz. How are you? It's good to see everybody. It's just so awesome. I am in Salt Lake City, Utah. We are not planning on doing very much for the holiday for 4th of July this weekend. And I would love to make a flag for every single country of people that follow. I really wish I could, but it'd be interesting. You guys can see how I constructed this, and maybe we can come up with some ideas. Hello, Amanda from Louisiana. Come up with some ideas of some different ideas of blocks for you guys. I have, I think I've kind of showed you guys at my home, I have a covered patio that's open air. And out there we have a lot of chairs and things like that. And I have kind of like a pads on the chairs for your bottom. But I like to have a little pillow that goes right behind your back. They're really metally chairs. Hi, Donna. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm going to do. Is I've got a gazillion of these pillow forms. They're 12 by 16 inches. So with my quilt block that I've got right here, I want to make this to be just I'm going to make 2 of them. And I have a whole variety of different pillows that are out. Yes, I know, Dee, wouldn't a Puerto Rican flag be just beautiful? Yeah, you know, anything's good. And instead of using navy, I went with aqua. I kind of feel like aqua is the new background fabric, or the new neutral, or the new blue, or whatever it is, but I love aqua. So I have used the shade here is a scuba aqua that I have that is I sell by the yard at Stitches Quilting, and then the rest of this I just used a bunch of scraps. I used a basic, I think this is a cloud white that was in my scraps, and then I just used a bunch of different red prints right there. So anyways, but I am going to make mine into pillow forms to sit outside in the back patio when we're barbecuing or doing whatever. And I'm going to have 2 of these. We've got probably 10 different chairs out there for people to sit and eat or dine. And so I like to have colorful pillows of just all sorts of different shapes and colors and all that. So that's what I'm going to use this for. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I printed some things off because I wanted to share with you guys the dimensions of what size I cut. I don't have a place. Yes, I sewed them with a 1/4 inch seam, Melissa. So really good question there. And so it's really simple to do. It's just so simple. So I am starting here with a 6.5. And if you guys want to put these instructions in the comments, that would be great. But I don't have a landing page for you guys to go to for the pattern yet. But 6.5 inches. I could post that after I made my pillow and everything and have some images. I could post it in another post. So be sure to like this video and things like that. And you guys can go ahead and put the instructions in the comments below. But anyway, so this is a 6.5 by 7.5 inch square. And then I just cut a whole bunch of, because when I make pillows, okay, I take my pillow form, which I know we've got old pillows laying around our houses, but just so you guys know, but when I make a pillow, it's 12 inches by 16 inches. So I want to kind of start with the size when I'm sewing this together of 12 inches by 16 inches because I like my pillows to look snug. I should have grabbed like the Healthcare Hero pillow that's out. It's just outside. Anyways, I'm such a numbnut. But yeah, so that's the size I use. And I like this pillow to just go right behind people's backs as they're sitting outside eating dinner or whatever. It's kind of like, I just have them use it. But yes, it'd be perfect for a travel pillow, Lynette. But I have kind of like white seat bottoms for people to sit on. And then I put a pillow behind their back because those metal chairs are just real metal and uncomfortable. Okay, so the other thing is I am sewing strips. That my strips are 1.5 inches wide. These segments are 9.5 inches. And the rest of them are 16.5 inches. And I'm making this slightly larger, just slightly, just a tiny bit slightly. You could make it slightly smaller. I want to go grab my Healthcare Hero pillow. Maybe someone will come home and can help me. If you're wanting to square this up so you have a square pillow, just trim over here and trim over here to get your square, okay? I've got it in different sizes too. Anyways, of like square 12 by 12 or 16 by 16. I've got all of that printed off over here. I just don't have a landing page for you guys to go to. Okay, so let's start sewing our squares together. Let me bring the sewing machine over. Let me go ahead and move a couple things so that, anyways, but let's go ahead and sew this together and you guys can see how to do it. So let's make sure my other camera is working and I'm going to switch to the overhead camera. Perfect. It's working. Yay for working. I love that. And I've got to, later today, these are photos of one of my really good friends. Her dad passed away. And look at these beautiful photos that I was able to scan all the photos, and they are having a funeral tomorrow. So I am going to crop all of those photos for her and scan them so they can use them. All right, let's sew our smaller pieces together. I have got 3 different pieces of red scraps cut at 1.5 inches by, what was it, 9.5? Yeah, 9.5. And then I've got some white fabrics. I think it'd be fun to do different shades of white or cream, whatever you want to do. And so let's go ahead and get sewing this together. My other one, I have got 4 shades of red. And these I just pulled out of my scrap bin. So I think we need to tap into our scraps more often so that we can go ahead and, you know, see those scraps disappear. So let's go ahead and just sew these together. But it's surprising, like the beautiful fabrics that are in my scrap bins. And I just went to IKEA yesterday and I bought a Calyx shelving unit, and I'm actually going to be using that to store my scraps because I've owned a quilt store for a long time now, so I have quite a few scraps, but I am going to use that to store my scrap fabrics. Anyway, so along with some other things. So I'm going to put these right sides together, and once again, this is a solid, so there's really no right side to that. And we're going to just sew this together really quickly. It goes together so fast, you guys. It feels good. Now what? Yeah, Liz, your scrap bin never goes down. So how I've organized my scraps, I've organized them by color, and then sometimes I organize them by batiks, or I might organize them by some particular collection. I'll do different things like that. So anyway, so yeah, that's usually what I do, is I have it. So, I might put all my flannel fabrics in just one scrap bin. So that one would look different, but otherwise I kind of sort them by colors. But I just feel like with this, it just looks bright and healthy and happy. And I don't know, but navy blue would be gorgeous too. But for some reason, this just looks so bright and pretty to me. And I have 2 bolts of this scuba fabric. I have no idea why I ordered those twice. I'm string feeding these into my sewing machine. But, so I'm also just wanting to, I don't know why I have 2 bolts of the same solid. Because I don't have a project plan for that. And I've been using it. Oh, you guys, look. Well, I'll show you in a second. But I'll show you the Stitch Happens quilt all quilted. I finished the concentric circles, so I'll be anxious to show you that too, and everything else. Okay, so let's pull these back. Let's go ahead and snip the string feeding here. Now, what are your plans? Oh, Liz, you finished cutting out 37 of the houses. I have my houses and all of that outside. I'm sewing actually, so she's talking about the houses for the We Are All in This Together quilt. I guess I could send you guys to my website, but anyways, I'm not going to worry about this right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and sew these ones together right here. And let's open this up. And these are just really fun fabrics that just, I have memories of. So what are your plans for this weekend? Is anybody doing things? We're going to keep it kind of low key. I did finally look if people are allowed to light off fireworks in our neighborhood. And people can. They can, but across the street from me, just that way, the house across the street from me that way, you can't over there. Is that not so funny? So, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. But Corey is actually working today. So for a lot of people in the United States, this is a day off. So Luke doesn't have his day program today. And he's quite happy about that. And he went over to visit a friend. And then he's going to visit a friend tomorrow. He had a friend over yesterday, which I think it's great to kind of keep up his little, fireworks. You know, the kind of fireworks that, oh, Lynette, you're going to go boating? That sounds wonderful. I would love to go boating. I mean, it just sounds, just being close to water sounds so wonderful. But we're going to just kind of not do any big projects this weekend around the house because I've been kind of killing my body. I'm going to sew this up on this side because we've got an odd number there. And we've almost got this assembled. You guys, I'm serious. This goes so fast. And then we're going to barbecue tomorrow. We'll do a barbecue outside just with our family. And it should be pretty nice. We'll just kind of have a nice quiet weekend. Corey and I are not going to trim the trees or organize the garage at all. We're going to kind of maybe clean and organize more things in the house. I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling it. It was funny because you guys here in Utah, steaks on the grill sounds so good, you guys. All right, we need to press these open. And I will bring over my iron in just 1 second. Let's go ahead and just stitch this piece together. And then these stripes are also. Do you see how fast this goes? And I'm going to just have these 2 little fun, playful pillows. You could make a placemat with these. You could make, it'd just be so easy to do, just something playful. I have seen quilts with like lots of flags on them. I've got some other quilted flags. Let's go ahead and trim this off. And we just need to add this to the red right here. And then we're going to press this. And when I press, I'm just pressing to the darker side. So I'm kind of opening up all my white seams. All of my white seams, and I'm pressing them over to the red. And I can't wait to show you the Stitch Happens quilt. It's just right behind me. I need to just put on the binding, and I'm dying to do it, but I woke up this morning thinking, I really want to do some of these little flags as a pillow. So I went with that. I wake up so early now that the days are longer, you guys. What do you guys do? I am waking up so early, like at 6 in the morning. Corey and I, we both wake up that early. Okay, so here's my ironing mat. And let's go ahead and press these stripes. And I'm going to do this from the back. I don't normally press from the back, but I'm going to just press these white strips down. And then I'm going to flip it over to make sure that I've got, because I want my red to go over to the darker side and my white to come on this side. I will open this back up in just a moment, and then we'll make sure it's got a nice open press. So you can see that. Let's open it on this side. Just kind of give that a nice little press. There we go. And let's do the same thing with this longer thing. Then we just have 2 more segments to do, to just stitch on here. I'm going to open this up, and once again, I'm going to press on the white sections like this, just to kind of open those up so that my dark fabric is going towards the darker side and the white won't have like some red fabric peeking out onto it. Okay, let's bring that over. That looks pretty good. Let's see if we can press this again with those whites kind of coming together. There we go. And once again, I think you might even spend more time almost pressing this project, not really, than sewing it, because it's actually pretty fast and it's so fun to use up those scraps. I just love using up the scraps. And I love pulling out some of those beloved fabrics. You guys, I don't know if I've ever told you why I have actually started going to solid fabrics. I just feel like it gives me a break from wanting all of the fabric collections that are out there. I'm going to press this open a little bit more. Let's make sure that it's open a bit more. Okay, I'm going to pull it over this way and make sure I've got that open just slightly more there too. Okay, that looks good. But it makes it so that I don't feel like when I see a beautiful fabric collection. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to sew this to this one right here. And let me just make sure I've got this pressed a little bit more open. So we don't want to force it, and we don't want to manipulate the fabrics where we're forcing it to be open to a certain degree. Okay, you guys? So we don't want to do that. I would rather size down, which I did on the last block, size this down to match this, that I force this and then some of these look ripply, where it looks like it's wavy and no longer a straight line. So, you know, can you see right here? That's not quite right. And I like that. So I'm going to stitch this to this, and then I'm going to trim this off, okay? Because our blue does not have to be a certain size. So we're going to go ahead and just lay this down here. And I did this when I did the last block too. Okay. And I'm using just a 1/4 inch seam. And you could make this a square patriotic block, or you could make it a rectangular patriotic block. It's up to you. I actually was kind of trying. Oh, tell us again the color. Okay, the color I'm using of this blue is called Scuba. This is a solid fabric that's called Scuba, is the color by Riley Blake Designs. And I don't know, it just looks fresh. And I just feel like it should look fresh and fun. All right, so now I'm going to trim off that little bit of a segment, because you know when you're sewing together skinny strips, things just get skinny. All right, and I'm not going to force that because I don't want that to wave. I kind of tried to force it a little bit here. I guess I didn't too much. It looks straight. Okay, now let's trim this off just ever so slightly, because when I first started doing it, I didn't have a bottom red. Okay, so now we're gonna just stitch this to this. Okay, can you guys see that? And we're done! Then I've got 2, I cannot wait to make these. Oh my gosh, it is just so fun, you guys, and I can't wait to show you. Okay, so now I'm gonna just sew these 2 together, but you talk about a fast, quick sew. Holy cow, that one's fast. You could also make this smaller. I might run out there. I could have texted Corey. He only works like 2 blocks away from our house. Well, a little bit further than 2 blocks. Maybe 3 or 4, I should say. Okay, there we go. But I might run out there and go grab the pillow. I want to show you guys the Healthcare Hero pillow really fast. Okay, so let's press this again. And once again, I just want this to come over. And then look, it's done. Okay, so let's go ahead and go right here. Okay, that looks great. Let's press it on this side. But what a beautiful block. I just think it looks so bright and fresh and pretty. And it kind of just gives it a nice new fresh look. Okay, so let's go ahead and switch it to the other camera. I will, if you guys want to, I'm using 1.5 inch strips here. Okay, so then when they're finished, they're 1 inches. So if that helps you, I started with a 6.5 by 7 inch square here. And you saw how I altered that so it would match whatever width I'm doing with my blocks here. I'm matching it to matching the square to my strips, okay? And then I've just got this kind of alternating the red and the white stripes. Okay, now I am going to grab, now my back patio is pretty close to me, so hold on for 1 second. So I've got 2 of these. I'm going to be using these pillows. They are 12 inches by 16 inches. So when I make a pillow form, I try to make this be about 12 by 16 inches, okay? So I don't give myself too much extra space because I like my pillows to be tightly fit on there. Different people have different styles and different things like that. So that's about the size that I want for this pillow. And I am using this as just like a little backrest pillow. You can easily make this into a 12-inch block. So I would make this square right here just a little bit smaller, maybe a little bit more square than a rectangle. And then you could easily have that be a 12 by 12-inch block. So depending on what you're wanting to do. What size is the star section? The size of the star section is, right now it's 6.5 by 7.5. But let's look at it. Let me measure. Let's take away this. And I will post this pattern up for you guys. I just don't have it right now. So it's 6.5, and yeah, it's about 6.5 by 7.5. Maybe I cut mine too big. I don't know, my original ones, these 2 squares, maybe I cut them too big. It does look like it's 6.5 by 7.5. Now, wait right here because I'm gonna give you some pillow tips really fast. But I wanna show you very quickly. Oh, this is so cute. Sorry, you guys, I'm getting distracted. We have been cleaning out our garage, and I found this little like christening outfit of Jake's that's on his mission right now. He's 18. Isn't that so cute? He was that little. And this was a silk blanket that I had made for him to be swaddled in with that. Okay, let me show you the Stitch Happens quilt. On Monday we sewed this. And Wednesday, we quilted it. So I wanted to show you, let me move this to the side so you guys can see. I want to show you how it ended up looking with the concentric circles. So you can see, didn't that just turn out beautiful with those concentric circles? I was actually planning on doing more that were narrow in there with the concentric circles, but I think it looks great just the way it is. So I am going to trim down my edges. I'm going to bind this, and once again, I use that scuba fabric on the back. I'm going to bind it, and then I can't wait to wash it and see what it's going to look like. Now, stay there for 1 second. I'm going to go grab the Healthcare Hero pillow. So just 1 second. Thank you, Belle. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, you guys. Oh, Melissa, you got your Stitch Happens pattern. Okay, yeah, that's right. If you guys are interested in this, I have about, I want to say 15 of these left. And this is the Stitch Happens pattern with the kit right there. So if you are interested in this, you can go to the website, and maybe I'll put it on there so you guys can find that link real easy. But I promise I will go ahead and get the flag pattern down. Anyways, go to stitchesquilting.com and you'll see the Stitch Happens pattern kit there. So I'll put the link in there. I'll put a link for you guys. Okay, don't go anywhere. I'm going to go get the Healthcare Hero pillow because I really want to show you something that's important. I wish I'd planned this out, but I'm sorry. Just 1 second. Okay, it's really, really close. Okay, nope, that's that one again. Okay, so on my Healthcare Hero pillow, you can see how beautifully it is when it got washed with all the quilting it shrunk up. But something that I really like to do is I like to make whatever's on the front of my pillow smaller than the size of the pillow. So this is a 16" by 16". So another option that you could have for this, which I'm not doing for this one, so I'm gonna experiment and see, is you could actually take this and make it smaller for your pillow or whatever you're gonna use it for. These would be great for placemats. And then put sashing around it because as it curves around the pillow. But this is a 16" pillow form and I did a 16". I mean, this is a 16" quilted top with a 16" back, all right? So, and you can see the way that looks even after it's washed and shrunk. So I usually go to the exact same size as the pillow form. So if you wanted to, you could actually put sashing around this, which would look really a lot of fun too. Anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I just wish you guys a really wonderful holiday weekend for those of us in the United States. Let me go back to the comments. And I'm sorry I ran off and let you guys go. Let me see if there's anything on here. Let's talk about her while she's gone. Lynette, that's so funny. That's so cute. But you guys, let's have a good holiday weekend. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. With all the COVID stuff that's going on here in the United States, it's going crazy. So we're wearing our masks wherever we go. I'm going to be putting together an IKEA cabinet that's going to be holding my scrap fabrics. I'm going to share that with you over the holiday weekend. So I will share with you kind of what that looks like and how I'm organizing all those fabrics in that cabinet. So that'll be a lot of fun. And if you guys, I'd just be curious to see what everybody's going to do. Yeah, run, Forrest, run. Yeah, I love the Forrest Gump movie. I'm such a softie for things like that. I love that. Okay, you guys, have a very good weekend. And for those of you, I know we're all around the world, but I just hope you guys have a safe weekend. Take care of yourselves. And we're going to just kind of take it easy here in Utah. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. So anyways, but I am going to go ahead and make these into pillows. I have got my girlfriend that her father passed away. And the funeral is tomorrow. So I scanned all of these, but I'm going to take them down and crop them all and on my computer and get those ready for her. So I'm going to work on those two things, get these pillows done, and organize and clean this weekend is kind of what we're going to be doing. So love you guys tons. I will get this pattern written for you, but 1.5 inch strips. You need just a solid something over here, just a solid square. Okay. So I hope that helps. I do have this set up as a pattern for a 12 by 12 inch square, 16 by 16, and then this 12 by 16 inch. So I will publish that for you guys and get that to you guys. So I love you. Have fun. Enjoy. Have a great weekend. Enjoy. We'll see you on Monday. I come on live Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So be sure to subscribe and like the videos, and then I can get you guys the pattern information when I post the other new things that are coming out. All right, we'll see you guys later. Have fun. Bye, guys.